Welcome, Spartans, to Podcast Evolved, part of Evolved, your home for Halo. Podcast Evolved hosts original lore series and recaps monthly news. Well, that's not really true, but I suppose we try. Our current lore series is Infinite Impressions, because we are infinitely getting impressions of it. See what we did there? It's really clever. I'm your host today, David, and with me is the one and only Ian.
Hey, David. This is a little bit new. Glad to be on this show.
I know. Fancy seeing you here.
I know. It's very similar, but very different than the other show.
Yeah. This time, we're actually going to talk about Halo.
Yes. Well, we're going to talk about Halo. We're just going to mean to talk about Halo this time. It's not going to just slip in.
That's true. It's not like an accident.
Yeah.
Totally intentional.
Yeah, you don't want those accidents that's slipping in. It can get messy.
Oh no. We've all been there. So before we get out of it, some very quick kind of housekeeping. If you're new to the show, welcome. Evolve is host to a variety of different shows. We don't have too many on the go at the moment, but you can listen to at the moment. Obviously, we have Podcast Evolve, which is our main show. We have a bunch of other shows that we've had in the past. Mission Debrief, Builder Blocks, HCS Pro Talk, Halo TV Plus, Halo Book Club, and even Halo Headlines. So you can learn about all of them at our website at evolvedhalo.com. And Ian, we have a new domain as well, don't we? I can't remember exactly which one it is. Is it?
Yeah.
Halo Podcast?
So it is haloevolve.co. So that is a little more in line with the our name. Haloevolve.com is taken, so we can't use that. But it's haloevolve.co. Currently, it's not the primary, but it will get you to the same place. So that's another option. We have like 4 or 5 domains now, something like that.
We'll get them. We'll get them all eventually.
Yes, everything with Halo.
So if you're a fan of the show, please rate us and leave us a review. We greatly appreciate all the feedback we have. We'd like to take this moment also to thank our patrons. So we have a Patreon. So guys, thank you so much. I know we say it all the time, and it needs to be said all the time. You guys are amazing. You're still with us, even though, we're kind of drying up here with Halo content, but you're still with us supporting. So thank you all so much. If you're not subscribed, our patrons get a bunch of exclusive rewards. They get early episodes, they get unique swag. We have our own swag. We also have our own podcast soundtrack, which is badass, to be fair. It's very good. So our newest reward, which is one of our newest rewards. And we also have an exclusive podcast show, which I would have been your podcast, hosted by Ian, which is kind of an off-topic kind of show. So we do like fan questions and all sorts of ramblings and various sidetracked conversations. It's very interesting. So if you'd like to learn a little bit more, go to patreon.com/HaloEvolve to learn a bit more. We also have an Audible kind of link for you guys, so it actually supports us a little bit if you're interested. Also, Audible has pretty much the entire Halo novel range all in one place. There's obviously a crap ton of other stuff that Audible provide, so anything you're interested in, they have tons of stuff. So if you'd like to give a trial, you can do audibletrial.com/podcastevolved, and that will give you a free trial with Audible, which is actually pretty cool. So I don't do the audiobooks, but I think Ian does do audiobooks.
Yeah, I do.
Ian, are you audiobooking at the moment?
I'm not at the moment. I need to do the audiobook for Outcasts because that came out. It's now been like 2 months, and I still haven't gotten around to listening to it. I've been a bit behind with everything, podcasts and family life and all that fun stuff, and work, of course. So I have nothing new to report on the Audible end, but I do enjoy it. It's certainly for me, who unfortunately doesn't have the time to sit down quietly and just read a book and enjoy a book. The Audible definitely comes in clutch. You're in the car, or just doing stuff around the house. You can listen to it. It's great.
All right, there we go. Last week on State of Halo. So Ian.
Yes.
I played some Halo.
Awesome.
On purpose. We were doing this show, and I was like, I better see what's going on, because we haven't done Halo in a good while.
Yes.
So I logged into Halo yesterday, and because I knew the update was coming, but the update hadn't come yet, because I'm kind of ahead of the central Halo zone, being America. So nothing was happening. It was still on season 4, and I kind of messed around in the menus, looked at stuff, and was like, okay, yeah, that this is Halo Infinite. I remember it. And then I was like 3 minutes left counting down on season 4. And I was like, oh, what happens after 3 minutes? So I just left it there and potted around, made a cup of coffee and came back. And then the game kind of kicked me, went offline. Everything went like spinny circles. And I was like, oh, nothing's happening. And I was like, oh yeah, season 5 is out now. So I like quit the game, restarted, It wouldn't happen. Nothing was going on. Same as offline. I was like, feck it. I'll go away and do something else. And then I went back to Starfield because it's my life now.
Uh-oh.
And then I encountered a game-breaking bug. That means I can no longer progress the main story. And it isn't yet to be fixed. This made me very sad. But it has, in fact, broken the grip of the game over me, because I was like, there's no point in progressing this character any further. I'd have to start a new game.
What?
Like, I have older saves, but they're like way back. So I'd be losing not hours, days of progress. So I was like, no, can't do that to myself. So I was like, no, okay, I will go back to Halo. So then I saw Halo had a 23 gig update on its way. And I was like, oh shit, that's season 5. So there's a lot of content in season 5. So I don't know if you have the auto updates on or not, Ian, but just be aware.
Yeah.
Halo Infinite got a lot bigger.
Of course it did. It always gets bigger.
Yeah. And they always make it bigger. So I played it. I turned it on. I played it. It's cool. It has whole new menus. Obviously, the aesthetic is really cool. It's all flood-based, kind of infested Spartans attire with some Halo Halloween-y kind of stuff, as you can imagine. They do it kind of every year. It's pretty cool. It's pretty nice. So I went straight into the new playlist for the 2 new maps, and it's pretty cool. So my first game was King of the Hill. I absolutely crushed it. I was so amazing. I was streets ahead of everyone else, and I was like, oh yeah, man, I'm good. I'm good, man. I'm going to Halo. And then I played like 4 or 5 other games and was absolutely crushed. So I was like, okay, yeah, now I'm back in my place. So this is it. So the 2 new maps are really cool. I actually really like the aesthetic. They're pretty good. They're kind of arena-based games at the moment. They're all 4v4, so it's capture the flags and like various other Slayer types, as you can imagine, being playing on the maps at the moment. But they're fun. The new equipment I barely got to use. I didn't really find them that much, so I can't really say much about it. I know there's like a quantum relocator thing I remember reading about, but I never got a chance really kind of to play around with it. Or did I see anyone else playing with it in the couple of games I did? So I can't really report back on that, but I can say the season 5, and because I started it, I was like, okay, I'll start reading up on it, and it sounds really cool. Like it's for 23 gigs, man, you can see they got some hefty stuff in there with the changes that they've made. So if you want, let's skip on into the news. So this is mostly kind of season 5 stuff. I know we're out of date a lot. I think the last recording we did was June, July. I think like a June monthly news recap. So this is just going to be kind of season 5. We might do another episode later on if we get more kind of experience with this content. And I think maybe I might reach out to some people and see if they want to talk about Forge, wants to have time to play with it, because the big update to Forge there just seems incredibly exciting.
That is the biggest thing for me. Not that I'll use it necessarily, but just I think from a content perspective, that's the biggest add for sure. I hope they continue with that. We can talk about that in a minute. Yeah.
So on to the impressions. So season 5 launched yesterday as of recording, which is October 17th. There's a new mode. They brought back a mode, Distraction, which is from Halo 4. I don't remember this mode at all. But reading the description, it sounds similar to like other modes, like the Control. What's the mode where you're controlling? It's probably even called Control. In Halo Infinite, where there's like 3 different zones, A, B, C, and you just have to capture them and then move on to the next one. I don't even know what that game type's called.
I think I thought it was Control. I mean, I could be wrong.
Control?
Too.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
It could be Control, right? So this sounds Extraction. I don't know if you've played Halo 4 Extraction mode. It feels like the same thing. It's just there's one area and you have to plant your extraction device, have a countdown, defend the area, and then when your countdown goes, you get a point.
That does sound familiar. I probably the last time I played it was when Halo 4 came out, so it's been about a decade, but I think I'm pretty sure I played it.
Yeah, so it sounds interesting enough. There's some variations on it, an arena and a ranked kind of mode and stuff like that as well, and they'll be across obviously multiple maps and bits and pieces. So if you're interested, there's a new mode out there, which is kind of cool. It was an old mode back. So I'm presuming it was popular enough that it came to keep people going. So there's a new battle pass, like always. So the season 5 is called Reckoning. It's a premium battle pass, same as before. It's 1,000 credits and includes 1,000 credits that can be unlocked within it. There's 5 reward tiers, 200 credits each. This all should sound very familiar if you're into the battle pass system. The premium gets you an extra challenge, like always, an extra challenge slot, and bonus match XP. It doesn't expire, same as the rest of them. You know, we're going with this. It also includes what they're calling the Defiled Bulldog weapon model. So if you've seen any of the videos, Ian, these are cool. Like the actual flood infested, which they're called, defiling customization options. They're really cool. They just have all flood stuff sticking on them.
I've seen the pictures. I haven't seen them in motion, but I've seen the pictures.
I haven't seen anybody wearing them in the games I played. I know it's probably too new, but no one has them unlocked yet. But they look cool. They look very cool. So into the customization. So they've done a ton. There's a whole Halo Waypoint blog post about all the different customization options that they've come with Season 5. A lot of it's kind of changed. So here are some of the kind of heavy hitters. I'm not going through every single one because there is a ton. So obviously there's individual armor pieces, armor effects, armor and weapon kits, all available to earn through the battle pass, and you can purchase in the shop. These are all the infestation ones that make you look floody. They're really, really cool. There's also spooky and scary customization items, emblems, flying on broomsticks, Spanish Psi, weapon charm, bits and pieces like that. Flood team armor shown in the section. As you can imagine, they're all unlockable. They're pretty cool. The thing that caught my eye is Master Chief's Mjolnir Mark 5 armor from Halo CE is being brought into the game as an armor kit, which is dope. You have to buy it. It is not out yet until November 7th. It comes with the Verdescent Ring armor coating, Cinder Ring armor coating, Arum Evolved Visor. Both Mark 4 and Mark 6 armor are available as armor kits, which will have been updated and enhanced for Season 5. They allow coating, visor, emblems, FX customizations, all that kind of stuff, which is nice. So there you are. That's got me kind of excited because it looks really cool in the pictures. I don't know how much it is. I don't know if I'm going to buy it because I've yet to really buy anything on the Halo store. So I don't know. How you feel about that, Ian? Any of this kicking you off for you?
I think it's just the age that I am, or that we are. I have nothing against the store, the way it's set up. I have this aversion to buying digital items like that when I know it's all cosmetic and it doesn't affect my gameplay at all. So like for the most part, I just don't. You can very quickly go and spend a ton of money on stuff like that. So I do avoid it, but I like it. I think it's good. For people who do that, which I think I'm probably in the minority of people who don't use it, but it's good stuff. Some of it, I haven't checked the prices in the store. I know they were kind of
for sure.
insane at the beginning. I don't know if are they better now?
I haven't checked, and that was the one thing I meant to do, but I kind of forgot about it before. To go on the actual store and just see what it's in there. I know the Mark 5 stuff isn't there, but I was interested if the flood stuff is there and how much it costs. I imagine the same. They're roughly around 1,200 credits, weren't they? 12 or 15, something like that. For credits.
Yeah, I also don't know what a credit is. I mean, what is that? Is that 1-to-1 or 1,000 to 1 for $1? I don't even know.
Was it $10 for
or 100 to 1?
10 for 1,000 credits? I can't remember.
Okay. I don't know. It's something. Yeah. So, it looks good. I like the Mark 5 looks really good from the pictures. I am tempted to get it. I'm very tempted to get it. I just don't know if I can get over that hump of convincing myself to spend money on.
That's the same.
Something that isn't real. Yeah,
and like on a game that I'm not investing that much time in anymore. So like it's a case of, do I really need this? Maybe not. Okay.
Yeah, that's that too.
One thing they have done, they've unlocked helmets, so you can put any helmet on any armor core. So that's obviously a pretty big deal because people didn't like the core locked customization options. That was kind of annoying for a lot of people. So they've unlocked the helmets, so you can put any helmet on any core, like I said. So that's kind of cool. So if you're into like really getting down in your customization, once I got George unlocked, I pretty much stopped doing anything with Halo in terms of the battle pass and unlocking customizations. I got what I wanted. which was to look like a Spartan 2 life, which is pretty much what they're offering me to buy now. But anyway, George armor is pretty dope. I like that. They have changed what they're calling events now. They're now called operations. They're slightly different. They're still free activities. There's 20 tiers of earnable themed rewards. They run for the same amount of time, 4 to 6 weeks. So you have plenty of time to unlock the rewards. The only difference is now it's based on match XP, so it's not based on challenges, which is what everybody wanted. People like challenges are just there now for earning extra XP. So every XP you earn goes towards your battle pass and your kind of upgrade, which is great. It means you can also earn this in custom games, which is also a really big thing when you think about it. So that's really kind of dope. That pretty much any XP you earn is now going towards your pass in any capacity.
Finally,
yeah, it's really good. That's a great update.
Yeah, I think I thought there was some XP earning that got you some movement on the battle pass, but I thought it was pretty minor before, wasn't it?
Can't remember. Cannot remember, man.
Yeah, I think there was a challenge. I think it was a challenge that like you just play a game and you get XP. I think that was like the extent.
Oh yeah, yeah. They were doing that already.
Whatever
sure,
it is, yeah.
That's
one
a day
so,
or something
so that's
like
good
that.
though.
You got a challenge like that, a free challenge.
Yeah, I like that though, because then it's you get a base if you play the game, and then if you want to do the challenge, I assume the challenges are still here, right?
Challenges have not changed. They're just there and you XP.
So,
XP goes into the bucket, and that's it.
So if you're really into it, do the challenges, get extra. If you just want to be casual, you play, you still earn. That's the way it should have been at the start.
Yeah, for sure. They're there now. Halo's fixed, everybody. So there's a new rank. So I know the whole ranking system was changed. I think in season 4, I think they changed how they do ranks. So now there's a hero rank. So this is all obviously Master Chief themed. So there's a Mark 6 kit for your Mark 7 armor, a hero emblem set, campaign season armor coating for all armor cores, midway emerald armor coating for all armor cores. So that's what you get for your hero rank. So obviously that will take a long time to grind out, but if you're there, fair play. You'll have unlocked all this stuff already. So well done if you're interested. The new equipment, I meant to put stuff in here, but I kind of forgot about it. I know there's a quantum thingy that does like short range teleportation, and I can't remember what the other one is. But I'm like, so, okay.
Repair shield.
That pretty much, I imagine, does what it does. That might explain why I didn't kill some people when I thought I should have. Interesting. Okay. That's what I get for not paying attention. The new maps, there's Forbidden and Prism, they're called. They're actually pretty cool, like I said. Forbidden takes place in a vast complex of ancient stone ruins on Zeta Halo. It looks like Zeta Halo. And the Prism delves into a crystalline caves of Suban, which is the blood moon of Sanghelios. As a battle in the sky rages between Arbiter swords of Sanghelios and Atriox's banished forces. Now, I haven't looked up in that map, and I should have done that. They probably have a pretty cool skybox, but I thought it was kind of underground. I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe you can see some of this. But it's pretty much, these caves are almost kind of, I think Suban, if I'm right, I think this is where the Needler ammo is actually mined from. I think it's the only place it's actually mined from. Yeah,
that is correct. It's
so
Lamite, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so that stuff is everywhere. So big, massive chunks of it. It's kind of like, it's cool. So it's a cool kind of crystal cave. Circular-esque in its layout, but it's pretty nice. It's pretty cool. I played some good games on it. And now for the big one, Forge updates. So Forge has a massive amount of updates that mostly kind of center around the bringing of AI into Forge. So that's a campaign AI been brought in with the addition of the AI toolkit and its accompanying suite of features. So that's there's 2 new canvases, 200 plus new objects, object collision toggles, lighting improvements, additional quality of life updates, and more are buried in that kind of article. I kind of skimmed it. I don't really know enough for it to know what we're talking about, but you can obviously modify the AI weapon selection. You have 5 grunt variants, 4 jackals, 3 skimmers, 5 elites, 16 brutes, 2 hunters, 6 marines, and 2 bosses. I'm not sure what the bosses are. Maybe they're just kind of leveled up variants of something, but that seems like a lot of kind of like various options that you can have. In total, you can have 32 A units on the map at one time, which does seem like a lot. That seems like a good amount. You can obviously toggle their weapons, their move zone, their difficulty, their behavior modifiers, their allegiance. So you can have 8 different team allegiances in the campaigns. Either calling to work with you or against you, or alongside enemy team of real people working against you. So the combination seems kind of cool. pretty much, it sounds like you can more or less create the mode in Halo 5 I'm blanking on that I loved. Warzone.
Warzone firefight.
Yeah, create a little Warzone out firefight.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. There's node scripting. There's stuff that's for more important. They have a barrage and permafrost canvases, so you kind of looks like a savanna plain, and then they also have pretty much a snow mountainy kind of area, which looks kind of cool. There's banish objects, winter objects, snow and ice objects. Crazy amount of stuff in here, different lighting abilities. Yeah, if you are a Forge person, you must be rubbing your hands together and smiling wickedly because it looks dope. Looks very, very cool.
Yeah,
he said he's excited.
I am not a Forge person because that's a lot of time that it takes, but I'm pumped for this because I think you and me and Aaron talked about this on I would have been your podcast episode, so plug for that show.
Oh, I've heard of that show.
Yeah. So if you're not a patron, you can sign up and you can listen. And we did talk about this as well as some behind the scenes Evolve stuff. But I'm pumped for this because the scripting part this is just another step towards scripting campaign levels. Not sure that we're gonna get there. This is not that, but you're scripting enemies now. You're scripting allies. You got Marines in there too. This is a big step. This is a huge addition to Forge. For me, as fun as it is to script or as to make the multiplayer maps and Dolphin, that stuff's all great and fun. Making a campaign map, letting fans make a full campaign, even just one level, just a campaign level, a full level would be unbelievable. That would be huge, and I would be down for that in a heartbeat. I might even find the time to do that because that's always been my bread and butter is that kind of story stuff. So I would be so on board with that. I really hope they keep working on this and we keep getting more and we get closer to that in future seasons. But I was really excited when I heard this. This is this is big. I'll have to keep an eye out on what the community makes because this is you got AI, you got Marines, you got enemies now. And you said there's, bosses, 2 variants.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means either. But yeah, that's massive. That's massive.
I wonder, does it mean like they have like big solid health bars? Are they like boss variants like in Infinite? I wonder if that
like the what were they called? The like the side quest guys.
The hand of the
yeah. Well, I mean,
hand. I know who you're talking
right.
about. Yeah.
They had them all over the map though. Whatever that was. Yeah, I assume that's what it is.
Oh, they were the ones you were hunting down. They were like assassination kind of. There's a different word for them. God, our hit on terrible.
Yeah.
The assassination kind of things you were doing. Yes,
right.
They were cool.
Yeah, I'm all for this. This is by far the biggest ad for me. The Halo community is, yes, unfortunately smaller than it was, but yeah, I also do feel that the community is on the upswing right now. I think we talked about the community sentiment in the last couple months that it's kind of bottomed out, or it feels like it's bottomed out, and it definitely feels like we're on the way up because season 5 is a big ad. 343 has been doing we've had some good support, I think, pretty much throughout the year, but it's really building up now, and the community's starting to see that and starting to appreciate that. So I'm super excited. I hope they make good stuff with this, and I hope it continues. Yeah,
this feels good. Like season 5 drop feels really good. And everything that they've kind of added. Now we'll see what the price for the shop is. The shop's never been been great. Like, but the new maps are cool. I'm happy with the new modes. The cosmetics are amazing. That's really cool. And how they've done their battle pass kind of stuff. Like I'm not smart enough to figure out how the fuck these things work. They seem good and fun. The fact that they never expire, you can always go back and unlock older stuff. And it looks like when I was looking in my cores and different things I have way more than I ever remember unlocking. So I imagine they just gave them to people after a period of time. So I don't think they're locking things behind time anymore, which feels kind of good. So I think they know what they're doing. They seem to be doing a good job of it. I feel
they do
as a person
yes
clearly lapsed But it's good. It's good. I'm happy with it. So fair play to them. There's obviously probably more going on with Halo. There's the Halo Championship season is also happening for this year. I think it was on very recently. I couldn't find any.
It just ended.
It just ended. So
that's as much as I know because I pay zero attention to that. I know the HCS Pro Type guys do though, so catch them. They will. I'm sure the latest episode is all about that.
We will plug them here. There's still, like you said, they've gotten rid of any kind of story-based campaign or kind of cutscenes and stuff like that for the seasons now, but they're still doing intel.
Yeah.
So there was a small intel drop, which was. Obviously they're doing them in 5 stages like they did before. So the first wave is kind of cool. It's got a clearly it's from the suit's perspective of a Spartan suit's getting infected. It's kind of shutting itself down, deploying countermeasures. It's supposed to self-destruct. That fails, and then in the middle of the code you can kind of see the Flood talking to them, like become sweetness, and obviously the countermeasures get turned off. So it's kind of just showing you a Spartan getting taken over by the Flood, which is interesting, which is cool, which is obviously the premise of this season. So that's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, that's exciting. I'm hoping, these little stories are good. I'm hoping they are pointing us towards future content and maybe I know everyone loves the Flood. We haven't had the Flood in a main Halo game since Halo 3.
Yeah.
Halo 3?
Yep.
Oh, God. That's been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm hoping, I know everyone, or probably most people are hoping to see the Flood at some point. It seems to be that they're leaning that way, but I don't know if this is going to go anywhere or if this is just kind of a one-off thing.
I feel like it's a one-off. I don't think.
I don't know, because I know I saw something. There's rumors that we got something in the works campaign-wise. I saw that as well, but it's a rumor, so who knows?
Yeah, that's true. That's all the kind of news I put together for this show. There may be things we've missed. If so, I'm sorry. We'll try and get another show together and kind of cover some of the kind of community stuff. I know we have a book club, so that is out. The most recent episode is the newest one from Mr. Troy Denning, Halo Outcasts, which is a cool book. It's not going to blow your socks off, but it's a continuation of his line of storytelling. So there's some recurring characters from Halo Oblivion and stuff like that, which is interesting. So if you're up on your Troy Denning lore and your Halo Oblivion, you will enjoy this book. I like it for its setting. I like knowing what's going on during the period of the created, pre-Halo Infinite, what actually happens with Cortana when she's in charge. What does it feel like? How the other races kind of play in. So that's kind of interesting to see here, how she's constantly looming over the thread of the book and how the characters react. That's kind of what I like about the most.
Yeah.
And I won't say any more because Ian obviously hasn't had a chance yet.
Yeah, so, I haven't read it, but there's a lot of good storytelling options between the end of Halo 5 and the beginning of Infinite. There's really a lot. I mean, it's not a ton of time, but there's a lot that goes on there lore-wise that we really haven't explored. So it's a lot of good stuff that they can fill in, and it looks like they're starting to do that.
Yeah, that's true. So guys, that's more or less everything I have in the show. Shout out to everyone else in the Discords, keeping the community alive. The Facebook guys, Lucas, you're amazing. Do you know what I mean? You're doing a fantastic work, picking up for all the slack for the rest of us.
Yes.
So big shout out to Lucas, Nathan, and Steve as they actually covered the Halo Book Club on Outcast. They did a fantastic job. They were way more knowledgeable on the Troy Denning kind of lore and really helped when I read their book club when I actually edited it. But when I was listening to it, I was like, oh shit. A couple of realizations there, which is pretty good. So the guys did a fantastic job. So shout out to them. Ian, is there anything else you'd like to say at the end of the show?
Yes, there is actually. Real quick, I'll try to be quick. You mentioned Halo Book Club. I did talk about this in a little more detail on I Would Have Been Your Podcast. I'll plug it one more time. Patreon.com/Halo Evolved. You can sign up and you can listen to our Patreon exclusive podcast. But Halo Book Club. We've gotten this question, numerous times throughout the years, and we've seen it a couple times recently about getting all the access access to all the book clubs, because right now they're all in the Podcast Evolve feed. That's how it was originally. But the RSS feed only goes out to 300 episodes. So if you want to go back further, you got to dig through. You can find them all on the website, easy enough. But if you're in the podcast feed, not so easy. We are going to be taking all those episodes, remastering them, kind of cleaning them up a little bit, and we're going to be putting them out as their own feed. We'll put them out in book release order. So starting out with...
Oh my god.
Right, starting out with The Fall of Reach. We're going to put that out first. This is not in our release order. This is going to kind of jump around because, except for like the last couple years where we've been mostly knocking them out in order, the original couple years is we kind of jumped around. We didn't get to Fall of Reach until 2020. So, and that was six years into recording.
We were keeping it.
Right. So it jumps around in terms of recording time. So you'll see, I think Drew even pops up there a couple times. For those of you who know who Drew is or was. So it will bounce around, but it's going to be in book chronological order, or book release order. And that will be coming out in its own feed soon-ish. I'm getting them together now. It does take some time to clean them up. We're gonna put together a special intro and outro for them, just to make sure that everyone knows where you're at in the lore and everything, and doing some fun stuff like that. So that, look for that. I'm sure we'll post about it on socials, and we'll talk about it more on here as we get close to releasing it. Not sure. We haven't decided whether or not it'll come out on this feed yet as well, since they are all on this feed, but we may do that as well. We'll see. So that's where I'm at with Halo Book Club. So if you're listening to this, get excited for that. You can listen to some brand new old episodes. So
I love it. Brand new old. I love it.
Brand new old episodes. We are re-releasing content just to appease fans, and since we don't have any new content, or not a lot of it at the moment. So
that's okay.
Yep, that's all I got.
That's great. I love it. Okay, guys. That's kind of it. We'll wrap it up here, nice and short. So thanks for joining. Again, you can get all of our episodes all on our website. Go check it out, haloevolve.com. Ian has put a ton of work in there over the years. It's a pretty solid website, so please go check it out. You can search for everything, obviously, in its unique feed there as well. You want to listen to everything all in one feed. Pretty much everything is on Halo Podcast Evolved on your favorite podcast service. Please leave us a review. Another special shout out to our patrons. One more time. You guys are incredible. Thank you so much. Patreon.com/Halo Podcast Evolved. We want to learn a little bit more. And also, we have a voicemail function that has not been used in some time. But if you would like to leave us a message, you can do so at 205-EVOLVED. That's 205-386-3533. I don't know how it works because that's a fake number to me, but you can use it. And with that, I've been your host, David. And until next time, evolved.
Evolved.